Generally, under the common law, a criminal defendant must prove 5 elements to establish the right of self-defense. First, the defendant wasn't the aggressor. Second, the defendant believed self-defense was necessary. Third, the force used was proportional to the threat posed. Fourth, the threat was unlawful. And fifth, the defendant reasonably believed he or she was in danger of imminent death or great bodily harm. In People v. Humphrey, the California Supreme Court decided whether expert testimony on battered woman syndrome was admissible in a murder trial to prove that a defendant reasonably believed she was acting in self-defense. On March 27, 1992, Albert Hampton and Evelyn Humphrey, then husband and wife, were driving home. Hampton had been drinking, and the couple began to argue. Hampton then hit Humphrey while they were driving and continued to hit her after they arrived home. Later, Hampton told Humphrey he'd kill her. He then shot at her, but missed. The next day, Hampton started drinking again, and while drunk, hit Humphrey again. As Hampton walked into the kitchen, Humphrey saw a gun in the living room, picked it up, pointed it at Hampton, and said, quote, "You're not going to hit me anymore," unquote. Then Humphrey, believing Hampton was about to hit her, shot him. Humphrey went outside to wait for the police. When a police officer arrived, Humphrey led them into the house and showed them the gun. Hampton, on the kitchen floor, was wounded, but still alive. A few days later, Hampton died. Subsequently, Humphrey was arrested and charged in state superior court with murder. At trial, she claimed she shot Hampton in self-defense and offered expert testimony on battered woman syndrome. Following the state's case-in-chief, Humphrey moved for acquittal of the first-degree murder charge, which the court granted. The court then instructed the jury on second-degree murder and voluntary and involuntary manslaughter. In its instructions, the court told the jury it could consider evidence related to battered woman syndrome in deciding whether Humphrey believed it was necessary to kill in self-defense, but not in whether that belief was reasonable. Following deliberations, the jury found Humphrey guilty of voluntary manslaughter. Humphrey appealed the decision to the Court of Appeal, which affirmed but remanded the case for resentencing. Humphrey then filed a petition for review, which the California Supreme Court granted.